Hello, and welcome to our special edition of Words with Friends Live. Tonight's last answer is kittens. I'm your host, Iman Carlson, a.k.a. Alpha Cat. If you've been playing our game in a cave off the grid with a crank charger, you may not have noticed our new start time. 6:15 West Coast time and 9:15 on the East Coast. Now, this is our very first Wednesday Hump Day game. We're calling it that because I begged the producers to figure out a way to let me showcase my slick junior high Humpty Dance moves. I'm lying. No, that's not why. And if there are youngsters watching, don't ask what the Humpty Dance is. Just know it's a 90s thing for us adults only. Now, we're calling it Hump Day because just like your work days, the questions start off and stay super easy until the middle of the game, that is. Then you're going to get one or two hard questions. The challenge is to get over the hump, the one or two hard questions in the middle. Then, the last five are easy as Sunday morning. Besides what I just told you, this works like any other game. I'm going to ask you 12 questions with 3 multiple choice answers. You'll have 10 seconds to tap the correct one. When you only have 3 seconds left, your phone will vibrate, so don't freak out. Get all 12 questions right and you will win a piece of today's special Hump Day $6,000 jackpots. That's right, we're giving away money. What you gonna do about it? Nothing. Hopefully, you've got a solid Wi-Fi connection and plenty of juice in the battery because this thing is happening now. Ready? Let's play. We're gonna kick it off with the Hump Day festivities with question number 1. Homonym is to homonym as accessory is to what? Accessory, talking possum, or banana skeleton? If y'all mess this up, just like we all do with Hump Day in real life, we're easing into this one nice and slow. Clearly, those last 2 choices have no business being here. If you've got a justifiable reason for making either of them your answer, I'm in all of your imagination and your logic. Otherwise, just take this freebie and run with it. Side note, Talking Possum and Banana Skeleton were 2 of my favorite acts at Coachella last year. The correct answer is accessory. Did you get that wrong? That's not good. But guess what? You can keep playing in spectator mode and rack up points for your right answers. Get up to 15 points and we'll drop a mystery box on you full of swag like coins and power-ups. So dust yourself off and keep going. Keep playing along. All right, here we go with question number 2. Which of these is true of 1 minute? It's coined by King Harry VIII. It's a unit of volume or 1/60th of an hour. Okay, it's time for some trivia, as if we weren't already doing that. The word for minute comes from the Latin for a small piece, just like the word that looks like minute but is pronounced minute. Originally, and this would be back in the 1300s, the minute was called pars minuta prima, or the first small part of an hour. And second small part was the secunda minuta, or what we like to call second. Hump day knowledge. It's easy. See what I'm saying? The correct answer is it's 1/60th of an hour. We got 309 people that chose the first one, 950 that chose. We try to make this easy for y'all. It's okay. No judgment. King Henry VIII wasn't really known for sitting around coining a bunch of words. His two main hobbies were trying to have a son and letting any wife who didn't give him one know exactly how unhappy he was about it. Now, if you didn't get it right, hopefully you got an extra life. You can jump back in and get these easy questions. Question number 3. Which is the correct spelling of this word? Which one of these is spelled correctly? If they didn't put the words up, this would look so weird that I'm just sitting here doing this. But I'm glad there's words there. Now, the word chemistry comes from alchemy, which was the general term for all chemistry-type activity back in the Middle Ages. Today, alchemy refers specifically to the medieval practice of trying to turn base metals into gold. Yeah, back then they thought they could turn something completely worthless into something valuable, which reminds me, after this, I need to go check my Bitcoins. But the correct answer is chemical. It's not nearly as important to know how to spell the word chemical as it is to be able to read it. Like if it's got the word chemical and crossbones on it, do not put it on your eggs. Unless that's the label for hot sauce, which then you probably still shouldn't do it. Question number 4. What city does Batman live in? Metropolis City, Raccoon City, or Gotham City? Oh, that sucks that I'm not allowed to play. Whew. Metropolis is tempting, but it's the Man of Steel who lives in Metropolis, so that's a no-go. Raccoon City is not tempting either as an answer or a potential place of residence. Even if the schools are great, there's that whole rabies thing. No thank you. Not to mention, Raccoon City sounds like a place where one of Batman's chemical factory accident mutated and now kind of looks like a raccoon rivals would reside. So the correct answer is Gotham City. Batman's co-creator says he was originally going to call Batman's home Civic City, then Capital City, and then Coast City. Sounds like he was working his way through the seas. I guess we got lucky that he decided on Gotham City before he got to Civic or Circuit. Question number 5. Which of these would be the least grammatical option to fill in the blank? I am running blank. Running errands, running wild, or running mistakes? What's the least grammatical option? Now, the best way to figure this one out is to plug in each of the choices. Does I am running errands make sense? Sure, I think I may have heard it before. What about I am running wild? Definitely not a phrase you want to use with your parole officer or to your parents if you're in college. Don't tell them that. But grammatical? Sure. But I am running mistakes just doesn't make any sense. Unless, of course, mistakes is the name of the singles bar that you manage on the weekends. Then go ahead, say all you want. The correct answer is mistakes. Mistakes doesn't work in this game or in real life, but there are all kind of fun options to put at the end of the sentence. I am running, including I am running for president, I am running a marathon, or my personal favorite, I am running an illegal fireworks smuggling ring. One in? That's not a trivia. That's actually, I'm wondering if you, just message me on Twitter if you want fireworks. Stay in tonight's game with an extra life. To get one, just tap the heart during the countdown screen. That shares our game with a friend. When they accept, presto, you got an extra life for the next time you play. This game is called Hump Day for a reason, and here comes the hump. Be ready for the hump, at least for some people. Can you get over the hump? Well, all right, I hope so, because here we go with question number 6. It's humping time. Which of these famous animals was not named Babe? A pig, a blue ox, or a crime-solving dog? Tick tock, tick tock. Get over this hump. Now, congratulations, you've made it to the hump. Should I say hump one more time? Get through these next 2 questions and it's all downhill. With this one, we know Babe the Pig was the star of the 1995 movie starring James Cromwell that oddly was produced by George Miller of Mad Max fame. And Babe the Blue Ox is Paul Bunyan's famous companion. Not really sure why they always refer to Babe as the Blue Ox and not just Babe the Ox. Everyone knows it's inappropriate to describe someone by their skin tone. The correct answer is a crime-solving dog. There's no shortage of crime-solving dogs, but sadly not a single one named Babe. You've got Scooby-Doo, you've got McGruff the crime dog, and of course Hooch from Turner and Hooch, but not to be confused with Hutch from Starsky and Hutch, who they never could get to stop chasing cars. All right, some of you were probably like, you call that a hump question? You don't think I know who Paul Bunyan is? The really tall guy with nasty feet? Well, we got another hump coming, and this one is no fairy tale. Here we go. Question 7. Which hypothesis of linguistic syntax states that language is an innate structure of the mind? Stochastic grammar, dependency grammar, or generative grammar? Yeah, I don't hear y'all bragging right now. I know. You're like, can we please go back to the talking possum question? Nah. Each of these choices is an actual thing, but they're all incredibly boring and wonky, throwing around terms like statistical parsing and the hidden Markov model. Unless you're a PhD level grammatician, you probably just closed your eyes and threw a dart at this one. Silly. You know the answer is always C. The correct answer is generative grammar. Famed linguistics expert Noam Chomsky introduced the idea of generative grammar back in the 1950s. 60 years later, people are still trying to figure out what he was talking about. So, if you want to read his original theory, they sell it in CVS next to the Ambien. All right. Are you still with us? I hope so. We have over 3,500 people moving forward. You should be able to make it to the money now. So breathe in, breathe out. Let's wade gently into question number 8. Pink is a synonym for what? Talking possum, best, or banana skeleton? Talking possum, best, banana skeleton. Did you pick talking possum or banana skeleton again? What's wrong with you? Just kidding. You most often hear pink used the way we're talking about it here in sentences like, John keeps his motorcycle in the pink of condition, or John was in the pink of health till he fell off that stupid motorcycle. Okay, guys. The correct answer is best. That's right. Today we think of pink as a girl's color and blue a boy's color, but until the 1920s, it was the other way around. They thought pink was a strong boy color and blue was a dainty girl color. Had they, had that stuck today, I think Pink's stage name would be Blue, and it'd be more depressing music. All right, moving on to question number 9. Which product was released first? MacBook, the iPhone, or the iPod? You guys got to know this. The Android users are sweating. This is a classic case of comparing apples to apples. The first iPod hit the scene back in 2001 with Steve Jobs promising the world 1,000 songs in your pocket. It's a noisy pocket. Can you believe we used to get by with just 1,000 songs? The iPhone came along in 2007, and the MacBook, well, it was born in 2006. Some get the MacBook mixed up with the McBook, the all-time least tasty item on the McDonald's menu. Yeah, they took it away, all them paper cuts. It's a lawsuit bound to happen. The correct answer is the iPod. Considering how much you hear about Apple, it's hard to believe they've only got about 9% of the market share of the personal computer business, but Apple's still sitting on like $250 billion in cash. Apple, let me get $5. So you don't have to feel like you have to invite Tim Apple to come crash in your futon just yet. I think he's doing just fine. Question 10. Which of these is an accurate description of Mr. Rogers? Assassin for hire, Presbyterian minister, or has sleeve tattoos? Won't you be my neighbor? Now, we're, of course, talking about the late Fred Rogers, the longtime host of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. All three of those things were often rumored about him. They said he wore his famous sweater to cover the tats he got when he was a Navy SEAL. But he was actually never in the service. That's a hilarious rumor. I want a hilarious rumor. That's a funny one. Come on. Though he did work with puppets for a living, and that is a bit scarier. Okay, the correct answer is Presbyterian minister. Yep, Fred Rogers was an ordained minister who graduated from the seminary in 1963, but he left the ministry behind to get into public television to advocate for emotional and social education for kids. So that's pretty dope. Question number 11, second to last, bringing it home. We still got a lot of you guys in it, so I like that. What is Muhammad Ali's birth name? Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr., Joe Kittens Frazier, or Joe, the plural of kitten is kittens, Martin? Come on. Ali adopted the Islamic name Muhammad Ali just 2 days after taking the heavyweight belt from Sonny Liston in a shocker in 1964. Ali's contributions to poetry were as legendary as his boxing achievements. From the Rumble in the Jungle to the Thriller in Manila, his bouts gave us some of the best rhymes in sports. I'm just bummed we never got to see the fracas in Caracas. Now, it could have been a classic. The correct answer is Cassius Marcellus Clay. Joe Martin was actually the name of the Louisville policeman who first introduced Ali to boxing, while Joe Frazier was one of his most famous opponents, along with George Foreman, who Ali once punched so hard he knocked him out of the ring and into infomercials. But hey, we got the George Foreman grill out of it. 11 for 11. You're on the road. 2,388 people in the runnings to get this. Time to bring it home, baby, with our last question. Question 12 of the day. What is the plural of kitten? Cats, kitties, or kittens? Ha. I mean, come on. Y'all gonna love hump day from now on. So check it out. You know how at one point every hump day, usually right after lunch, you just start watching the clock, phoning it in? Well, this question is the Words with Friends Live equivalent of giving you the afternoon off. Yeah, it's just as easy as it looks. So unless you seriously overthought this one, there's no need waiting till Friday, because for you, my friend, it's payday. Now, before I reveal the answer that I've already given you a bunch of times, don't miss out on our new solo challenge Laugh Festival. And when you play against Wordmaster like Witty Wonka, just know she's laughing at you, not with you. So go get that bronze mystery box and a special badge. All right, let's do it. For the fourth time, the correct answer is kittens. And I hope you liked Hump Day, friends. If you did, tweet us with the hashtag Words with Friends Live. If you didn't, look us up on Friendster. Congrats to everybody who made it through all 12 questions. If you did, you are getting some of tonight's jackpot of $6,000. Let me go on and butcher some names real quick. We have 2,329 winners. Congratulations to Mary Lou, Ray's son, Chris M, Alex is 123, Mason S, 10 L, Monica B, Karen M, Dubskis. Okay, in effect with these screen names today. Thank you all for playing Words with Friends Live. And please join us again tomorrow. Don't forget, 6:15 on the West Coast, 9:15 on the East. Same new time, same place, same app, and same face, and even more income to tally up for April 15th. I have been your host, Iman Crossan, a.k.a.